just, just immediately, like the very first. Oh wow. Very first interaction, they get into a fight, and Vince gets his ass kicked in front of his children and wife. Hello everyone, tonight we're going to be playing some Sims 3. He, only this time, got a new mod that I've been meaning to try out called the randomizer mod, which adds the little random events into the game. I want to try it out a bit before adding it into our 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 random legacy save, because for one thing, it's got some events that'll probably end up disabling for that save, because like there's some where the game will just basically give you money, and like I don't know how exactly to educate to, within the random legacy rules, because on the one hand, it's not something you're going out of your way to do. So there's an argument uh, for counting like or to have an exception like with the money you get for discovering stars with a telescope. But at the same time, it is also a mod. Whereas the discovering stars is a vanilla feature that you would have to instead go out of your way to disable. Enable rather than being something that you would specifically have downloaded it and added to the game. We figured I'd try it out to do sort of a little side story, already for a stream, with a different household, old in a different town. Um, just to kind of get a feel for the mod. And then see what all I want to tweak he, before adding it into the random legacy. Let me just get the game started up. One thing that doesn't necessarily bode well tonight is that I've had a couple little audio issues already after multiple streams of them seemingly being fixed. Right, and this stream will actually have more content available, as I'm just gonna enable basically everything except Into the Future and 70s, 80s, and 90s stuff. So we'll have all of the expansions and the plus town life stuff enabled. As I only have 2 of the stuff packs, but all of the expansions. She also had to remove, remove my create system, swap out my create system replacement music back to the original version of the mod that uses like Sims 1 music because some kind of issue with the version that I made is causing Creatism to crash after like one specific song. So I think there's something wrong with the looping or something. I guess I just broke something in my modification and of the mod. Sims 3 is loading. Right there. There we go. And don't know why it's currently silent. Oh, there we go. Every other modification, actually, the other ones might have the same issue. Just it won't be as egregious because I don't spend as much time in any one setting in map view or the main menu or menu or anything as I do in Create Some. I guess because of the problem occurs in build by that could be an issue. If I want to do like a big build of some kind. Here, let's just pick a town. I'm thinking Sunset Valley because I'm thinking like just like throw together a basic like what's apparently called a dom-com um family or family sitcom as I usually call it. Because that way, hey, we can have Sims of multiple different ages as there's different features for both school and work in this mod. And since some of them have to do with things like romance, and there's naturally going to be different sets for children and teens as well. Also, I'm thinking probably, 2 parents plus a teen and a child. Gotta wait for it to finish loading, and since fortunately with a decent computer and the smooth patch, even with almost every expansion enabled, it still loads at a reasonable pace. He's taking its sweet time loading in the town. I mean, I suppose part of that depends on how long it takes to live in the town. It depends partly on how, like, when it loads in, and some of the expansion features. Since this is Sunset Valley, it shouldn't really be using any of them until we actually get in game. And even start playing. Gotta get to that one last sliver. There, I hope that when it faded out, that was actually gonna be done loading. And apparently not. Something if that glitch is a thing in this thing in the replacement mod for or the loading music, it doesn't strike right now. Right now it seems to have just gone quiet. Yeah, maybe that's a sign that it's almost done. You know, to shut off the music, prepare to switch over to the map mode music. Either that, or maybe it's just that this particular glitch just has a particularly weird interaction with create_a_sim. Could also be because got a lot of CPU and disk usage right now. Not so much on the CPU, especially since I closed the web browser I had still open from seeing out the tweet. Yeah, I have no idea what it's doing at this point. Change the priority? Oh, there we go. Right now just gotta hop into Creasim, throw our household together. Hopefully it's not gonna take too terribly long for it to also load Creasim. Yeah, it did just fine. Alright, well, since it defaulted to a woman, let's take the mom first. Well, let's let's make them adults. Well, let's just randomize his names a bit. Cherie seems like a good name. Now we need a surname. Not sure, Lane. Just randomize her appearance a bit. And to get a good base to needs to start from. That seems like a good enough starting point. Let's change up these traits. I feel like if we wanted to go just like the classic big family sitcom mother. Are we like family oriented, nurturing? The other three. The other three trait needs are kind of up in the air. Let's go hopeless romantic. Maybe we can have that classic. As like deeply unsatisfied in her marriage. His dynamic when we make the husband. It's like I think maybe he'll be like he very like career oriented. It all comes down to the remaining 2 traits. Maybe Bookworm. You know, let's go with Brave from the surrounded by family for the family for her lifetime wish. Vegetarian fish and chips, indie music and Irish green seems fine. Seems like a fine enough voice, and if you want to change up her look at all. I think at least change to maybe just like a standard bun rather than the very specifically Chinese one. I might actually probably have just like a version of that bun without the sticks, either as standard or part of the game, or through this set of hair. Here's a have that could be good. Yes, braid looks like it takes a little bit too much effort for a busy mother, so ooh, something like that could work. But I also kind of like the idea of going for the bun look. If there's any in just regular hair, rather than hair and accessories. There we go. Well, we didn't make her much of an artist, although that could just be like a hobby of hers. But you know, we didn't make her like artistic or anything. And so I'm thinking put her in something with a similar vibe. Hey, but not so artsy. Yeah, something like this. This could be good. Or even like a fun cat sweater. And as much as because they will almost certainly have an animal. Like there's gotta be the family member that's just a creature. And for as much as that's getting more into so like Family Guy-esque, the animated sitcom more so than the traditional family sitcom that you would have in live action, because you other than having just like a cat or something, you can't really have the creature. Either if you're doing it live action, like I guess you could try and CGI something. Yeah, you know what? You know, fun cat sweater it is. And honestly, those pants kind of work. Alright, but let's check to make sure that or that we don't have anything even better. Especially with our expanded selection. Yeah, sure, let's just put her in, like, pajama pants. Pants with roughly the same color. I'm thinking sandals for the shoes. You know, something easy to slip on and off. Because like, this is her around the house where there's a it's got so as a as a family sitcom mother, it's got to be like second shift chic. And now let's add the dad, and then we can add the kids via the genetic system, because we don't have to worry about we can actually just make people. Well, rather than having to deal with the family sitcom issue of nobody looks like they have more than a passing resemblance to each other. Because, they aren't actually related. So if we're gonna go for the career here, Dad, and we need to find a random sort of base that just screams business. Like, he's gonna have traits like workaholic and born salesman and all that kind of stuff. I mean, this guy's close, but most of that is in his clothes. So far, none of these are really striking me as sort of canvas material so far. This guy's got a decent face at least. You know, let's go with him. Bradley, Shrivan, Kane. You know, Vince Lane. Lane sounds perfect. He's actually gonna have... Probably actually gonna end up with traits similar to Quentin. Pretty ambitious, born salesman. And workaholic. I mean, yeah, I can see where follower only chats could be useful if like you've had like major problems with spam, but like I usually just rely on it. I am bots to mod for that kind of stuff. So let's see. You know, let's give him hot-headed, so he can just be kind of angry at the world, but especially his own family. Oh, and he needs to be a schmoozer. Huh. And naturally, I'm going to be CEO of a mega corporation. Let's go for country as his favorite music genre. Now we've got to dress him up a bit. And to make him look more like a proper businessman. So maybe like a vest. Those seem like a Hank already paints. Gotta give him some socks. Like, since he's actually wearing shoes that you would wear socks with. I think he's clean shaven. You know, can't get too scruffy. Not if he's in his line of work. And that, now we've got him. I would make him an adult, like his wife. Now on to children. Let's look up for teen first. Talia seems like a decent name. She's apparently neat, no sense of humor and nurturing. I'm probably just gonna let the game randomize it. That is a trait. It is for the kids. After all, if we play this family long enough for either of them to age up, we might be picking one of them anyway. So she's neat, no sense of humor, nurturing, and a virtuoso. So change anything. Let's make her look more clearly like a musician. Let's actually change her music preference. I mean, whether dyed hair equals music person depends on genre, I think. I mean, for instance, have you ever seen, like, a country singer with dyed hair? I guess maybe like bleached hair or something. Never traits really point to a... Let's go with like indie. Actually, you know what? Classical. Classical seems like a good fit for someone with no sense of humor. Or who is also neat. Maybe let's go sort of like a preppy look. Since she takes like violin lessons or something. Or piano. Actually, I think I've got a mod install that actually lets you enroll all Sims into music lessons, so... There we go. That's... Let's give her like a little brother. Another who's going to be a child. Old as opposed to a teen. Oh, perfect. Like already. Yeah, this seems like a sporty kid. Not sure about Angler though. Maybe instead excitable? Oh, and let's just give them a cat. Even though none of them have traits relating to animals. But we might as well have a cat. I had to go with the mom's cat sweater. I forgot to give the kid a name. Before I immediately jumped to making a cat. There we go, Ricky. Just immediately, game got it in one. Now let's randomize cat a bit to get feel for what kind of cat we even want. I'm thinking maybe, let's go for the classic, like male ginger tabby cat who it's just like a complete himbo. Where's the tabby option? I guess it's gonna be bottom. It's looking like they're... I guess tabby is in a lot of ways more of a fur pattern, more so than necessarily a dedicated breed. It's like it's just American short hair. There we go. That's good enough. Friendly. Clueless. And not lazy. I also need to... Yeah, sure, Mr. Pickles. Actually, no. Yeah, Mitten and Lane. Name sounds fine. Whenever you make sometimes you just make them complete mutants. Yeah, like especially if you add in a bunch of sliders, layers beyond what the game has by default. Well, because then you can and overlay. You can have them overlap on the same body part and get some real wild proportions. Whoops. I didn't even think that was an option. And you can't set the cat's relationship with anyone. Right now, I've got to find a good place to live, especially since this is a little bit of a larger household, so we need to go in something that's at least 2 bedrooms. And within a budget of 20 grand. 1 bedroom. It's what the only urban sprawl is the only 2 bedroom I'm seeing. Actually, shotgun style is also 2 bedrooms. And so let's take a look at it. Seems like the second bedroom is a little tiny. Particularly since we're gonna have 2 Sims in each bedroom. Shoot zombies? What do you mean? And I don't think... Like, I mean, there will be zombies around because I've got not supernatural enabled, but I don't have any, like, gun mods. That's installed. Gonna save real quick. For some reason saving is completely silent. This time around, so I guess the music ain't quite working. So like the main menu still. And this is a fresh new save. Got all of this stuff happening. This is part of why I didn't enable into the future, so that we didn't quite so much that will just immediately happen. I'll just as import. Oh, apparently don't have any saved settings anywhere, so I'll have to yeah, I modified a I made a music replacement mod not to play Tamagotchi Life music because as the actual OST for the game gets hit with copyright claims on YouTube, so I want something other than just like music from the older Sims games, but that seems to be most of what the existing mods have. I guess we'll have to, if you don't have any story progression and saying things exported, we'll have to change them. I'll have to change them real quick. I think it's story summary. I think it's... Yeah, I have to go through each of these instead to just be blood, enemies, friends, romantic, and spouses. Because I generally prefer to only get like up to the minute updates on Sims that my Sims actually know. I wouldn't care about rather than literally the entire town. Which I think it might just be that because story progression saves export settings as a household that just never got ported over after I had to set up a clean Sims 3 folder due to a glitch. Yeah, we got that changed. Scoring is thing doesn't have stories, so no need to change that. And I think that's just the settings for Alright, there we go. I've got that all set up. Oh, and the bedroom seemed to be even tinier here. Here's, I guess we'll... I'm not sure if $2,000 is really enough to add an entire additional room. I mean, it just comes unfurnished. Just because I think the furnished version was a little outside of our budget. Let's go with that double bed. And a bunk bed for the kids. Alright. All that set up now. Now just gotta... So apparently Talia wants a part-time job. I don't think Shuri's really the investigator type. Yeah, since we just moved in, and we've got to send Vince off to get set up with his new job. Let's see if I actually have... I do have music lessons installed. Which means it... Oh, so let's get Talia set up with one of those. Let's go violin lesson. And it's partly because I'm not even seeing piano. I don't know anywhere. And naturally... Naturally, we're gonna get all these notifications as every sim in town gets made over by the dresser mod, and all of the necessary roles get added in. Just kind of disappointing that we actually know it is just instrument skills. It's a this is a little tube-like. Like it's mostly just like one hallway, an open room here. Like it almost looks vaguely phallic. Like, like when it comes to the shape. It seems like to just kind of hang out around rabbit hole lots. That's when they get done with what they're doing. Who's heckling? Is it is it the mascot? We're not gonna kill the mascot. The like sure they're annoying, but I mean, but that's not worth murdering someone over. And we've got to buy all the cat stuff. So just gotta do that real quick. Interesting that all the pet bowls seem to be vaguely implied to be specifically for dogs. Then again, all the animals, but then again, both cats and dogs seem to eat the same stuff. I'm not gonna cook my cat either. Either Mittens is part of the family. Although I mean, being part of the family hasn't stopped Sims play. Hey, here's from cooking things that they shouldn't done before. So I guess our one we got one neighbor here to welcome us to the town. While everybody's just in here getting excited about things for cats. Oh. Vince isn't gonna like that. Then just comes over here and immediately hits on Sheree. And Talia also wants to learn how to drive, but we don't even have a car. I didn't even actually look at the category. I had just planned on having this be my next stream after doing some Crusader Kings 3 for a bit. I think most of the randomizer mod comes into play when Sims are off at school and work, so we'll find out Monday. Monday if anything happens, I guess. Just immediately, like the very first. Oh wow. Very first interaction, they get into a fight, and Vince gets his ass kicked in front of his children and wife. So maybe you've got potential for like an affair subplot. You know, Ricky's just seemingly trying to escape the situation by hanging out with the cat. I think we may actually initiate a friendly interaction. How well that would even go, since they've already reached this light. Like, I don't know. Like no, but nobody else has a problem with Layden except for Vince. Well, I mean, Leighton. Like, actually, nobody seems to like Talia all that much. Mostly because she keeps boring everyone. Actually, they're actually getting along a little because they've found common ground talking about business. Yeah, and until he just complained about Layton with him standing right there. I think it's getting about time for me to prepare a meal. You know, there's kind of the downside to having the adults start out as adults rather than young adults because you would think that they would have some skills, but since they're freshly made out of creation, then they don't. Like at least the job we can explain away by just we're new in town. Should maybe also see if we can afford a dinner table. It looks like we can at least afford a table. Whether we can afford enough chairs to seat everyone at said table, who knows? It's my favorite type of ice cream. I usually go with like like a mint chocolate chip. Yeah, but at least have like more sort of basic flavors. Because I especially like egg, stuff like egg Ben and Jerry's. And those usually have a bit more to them than just like a basic flavor plus that's a little bit of stuff. the adults have already finished their salads because they actually went in for the salad soon after being done, rather than having to be he specifically told to.
Keen, Manal, Santa, Narba Pazeb, Salachu, Salachugu, Zagloof,
Novobi Kalame, Siwa, Anja Shosha, Minzo,
Kudra, Rensgazi,
Dwi, Gorb, Salachibana, Chiglar, Whipsfa,
Kaj,
Garla Mob,
Seems like Vince has completely turned around on his opinion of Leighton purely because like he can see the potential inroad potential benefits having inroads into the athletic scene.
Sukamsa,
That's starting to get a little late. Folks are getting tired. I'll just add the autumn salad into the fridge. And because we didn't specifically tell him to go home, Layton is just gonna sort of stand in her bathroom, browsing social media until he decides to leave. Or he's just gonna kind of make himself at home home for a little while. And grab something from our fridge while everybody's asleep. Which I mean, I guess we probably should have included him in the meal since he is a guest, but he also invited himself over. So like how much of an expectation is that's just creepy for him to choose for him to go from hanging out in the bathroom to hanging out in the kids' room. I mean, hey, he's presumably going to settle into the role of wacky neighbor, so I guess doing weird, creepy stuff like that is just gonna be part of his unconventional charm. No, ain't somebody still heckling Ricky somewhere? Actually, I don't think he's even... It doesn't look like he's even from any of the houses nearby. Like, you would think it would be somebody from one of these houses, but Sakamoto house isn't anywhere in this little neighborhood here. Okay, I want to say they're, like, up here somewhere. I guess not. Not since both of these houses are empty. Wait, actually, yeah, they're over here. Like, the Sakamoto household lives on, like, the other side of town. How would I take the option of immortality? I would say it depends on whether I can sort of bring other people with me. Because, like, I don't want to end up in the situation. I don't want to end up in the situation where, like, you know, because I've outlived so many generations of people that they just stop mattering. And because, like, you know, I'll outlive them anyway, so, like, what's the point? And, so, and you know, I especially wouldn't want to be, like, a lone immortal.
Venite.
Oh, you know, I would want to find, like, people that I wouldn't mind spending eternity with. And have them be immortal with me.
Zub Jahani Moth. Vordorp Nidibazab. Sagoob Badu G.
Goslavich. Guska. Chuzamif. Wiza. Bala.
Zard.
Ugh.
Nibala Fortuba Bagoo.
Kulavdino. Zukwadi Dash.
Sa Sasin.
Chasna. Bertana.
Stanu.
Mm-hmm.
Zargle. Mixafada. Lamahid. Gaggle Zubalgal. Saba.
Odate.
Vazi Nerd.
Takub. Lam.
Waka.
I thought the house of bus was just a food truck. This decided to park. Oh, actually, it's a carpool. And Vincent immediately dresses less formally. He had to go to his job because, you know, he's just a coffee courier right now. Apparently, Ricky sleeps in some kind of tunic. Okay, so that's an interesting choice. I mean, I didn't really he modify Ricky's clothes at all. Time for the kids to head off to school and hopefully And we might have a random event, the randomizer mod, happen at some point, either with Vince at work or Talia and Ricky at school.
Yip yip. Whoa. Woo. Oh, oh.
You get more events with this mod if not if your Sims have friends, so I'll have the kids talk to friends. And some Vince can chat at the water cooler. Hey, Ricky, you're supposed to be in school. We went to school and then immediately just like made a beeline for the playground and outside instead of actually going inside. Either that or something glitched and then you just got like ejected. Yeah, I guess for now we've just got that tree. Well, I mean, at least Ricky got in before, and at least Ricky's not the last person to get into school. Oh, but I mean, Ethan Bunch is like a rich kid, I think, so he probably just thinks he can get away with it. With no issue. Which, I mean, sometimes there's also just routing issues with the school in particular because, like, especially if you've got a lot of families that have a lot of kids, that is because they can end up just clogging up the entryways to the school. And for all we've gotten from school is just an opportunity. Which, admittedly, like, this is also kind of the hardest mod, this kind of mod to not really like, yeah, you could do a stream around because as there's a oh, it's a random chance. So it's entirely possible that I could get through this entire stream without seeing a single event and still not be entirely sure if it's actually working or not. Yeah, so far there's at least at the very least haven't been any school events. Those are work ones. But it's also only been one work day. So I won't really be able to assess as a mod until, or at least for a whole week. He probably, since we need to give it time to actually do its thing. No, because that has a tendency of glitching out after school activities. So unfortunately, Talia is just never going to get to go on any kind of field trip because that would put the functionality of her of her violin lessons at risk. Even recognize Vince, I'm just like, who's this guy? That's just on the porch for some reason.
Sargla. And so we was Milevany.
Barzo, Barwikavar, Morvika.
Work.
Apparently, this is what the parents choose to do here with their time with the kids away. So have a pillow fight and then start flirting right as Ricky gets home. Which, I mean, on a normal day, maybe this night, Tuesday or Wednesday, maybe Talia would have already been home for an hour or so. seems like there's something going on with like a character models or something. Because for some reason these events has no legs here. And I think Sheree he had an even bigger situation like that because like I think her like whole like torso was gone. So what's causing that? Ricky should take a shower and then do his homework.
Obligate.
Wait.
Biguatu.
Larso.
Strinko. Hogla. Efja.
You can see here's some of that good old-fashioned congestion. Actually, I think part of it might just be that actually I think if I recall correctly, one of the mods I have installed to remedy that it does require me to actually adjust so
Rockete jiggin. Oh. Dernaviv, Benuefna, Malovna. Blushak, Chavaz, Videsh.
And Spazzle! Nifa Spazzle!
Oh, cool. My mic apparently cut out. No, as I meant to say, the randomizer mod adds random events like, for instance, and pranks at work or unfair detention at school. Well, some can get randomly proposed to by their romantic partner if they aren't already married. Married, married a distant, a wealthy distant relative can die and leave you with up to 50 grand. Or they can also have up to that much debt that they then have to pay for. Or or there can be a random adoption. And or a friend can confess romantic feelings with a 15% chance that will just straight up ignore or her sexual orientation. And enemies can spread rumors about you. You know, Sims can get diseases. There's like uncontrollable and pneumonia. There can be like disasters like earthquakes and meteor showers. And Sims can just kind of die at work or spontaneously. So far, I've yet to see any of this kind of stuff happen. Probably because it's 10 to 72 in-game hours between events. So there should probably be an event fairly soon. Since we're on day 3, so it'll probably be tomorrow.
Ooh la la.
Uh, hopefully, hopefully soon, because I'm already getting close to the usual time and I call the stream for the night. But I also started a little late, so I was already planning on going a little over that. Okay, Ricky's class is taking a field trip this time. So that should be fine because Ricky doesn't have any any after school activities he's enrolled in. Talia still wants to go on a field trip, but alas, it risks breaking her violin lessons. So she's just never gonna get to go. And speaking of things breaking, making the toilets clogged. And he said, looks like maybe things are fixed. Either that or Talia just went out a different door today.
Needs a vase. It's on to Harn.
Cool. Apparently, the school is just kind of broken right now. Because even though I did the mod, which this kid is able to go through just fine, why are none of my kids able to do that? Which, I mean, Ricky could just be a little dumb.
Jinkle, Quazip, Crawfum.
Dang, Vince, you really need to stop heckling your own family. Like, I mean, I guess it's my fault for making it, or, making him hot-headed. Actually, Heckle isn't even... Doesn't look like Heckle is even shown as being, like, associated with the hot-headed trait. But then sometimes the little indicator here was glitched anyway, so... But I would think it would be more of a mean-spirited action than hot-headed. Not since Shuri wants a third child, guess she needs to go and get Vince in the mood.
Basi. Lahamitsa.
Chef.
Samsoi.
Rockety-tosh.
Ah, do.
Squadgy.
Oh,
Muzzing and blob.
snooky.
Blebby.
Ah.
Are they gonna do it? Go on, Trevor, baby.
Gloggy.
Oh.
Bulabdiza.
It seems like maybe they're actually gonna do it this time. Yeah, there we go. Got just a little thing that re really, Vince? Really? You're gonna you're gonna briefly you're gonna briefly like leave the bed as you're about to how to you're about to how to attempt to conceive your third child. Browse social media.
Lazigo mustio. Namaniva?
Alright. Child number 3 conceived, I guess. Because Ricky he he got a head start on his homework, or he got done in time. He got done before Talia did, so now he's presiding over the royal court. You literally just filled the cat bowl, didn't you? Right now, hopefully tomorrow there'll be an event from this randomizer mod. It's been over 72 in-game hours. Well, it will be like sometime in tomorrow. It'll have been 72 hours once uh, it wraps around to the hour that he moved here, which was in like the early, I think it's usually in like the early afternoon when Sims move in, and we start a fresh save. That, that's the second. Well, she's not gonna get to. Oh, she's too busy being abducted by aliens. Fix the sink right now. Nothing's gonna come of that because uh, alien abductions only really have much of an effect on an adult men. So it's just a matter of waiting for her to return. Don't nap on a random park bench. You have a bed. Oh right, it's being taken up by a cat because you can't sleep on the same side of the bed as a cat. You have to show it off, or you can sleep. As you can, she'll just leave that broken sink until morning. Good, the cat's off the bed. And just go let the cat and root out of the way. And now she can get some sleep. I guess the kitchen's just gonna flood a little bit. You know, Vince can deal with it, since he's the first one up.
Live nowhere.
Particularly the first one that is in any... It, is in really good enough mood to, to tackle such a task. And now he needs to go to work, so... At this point, we might as well just call the repair technician and fix it. Especially seeing as how everyone is leaving. So I guess we're actually going to just be leaving the sink to... Oh, let's replace the sink. Since, you know, everyone is currently leaving. We should have an event soon. You know, and from the randomizer mod. I had field trips today. And unfortunately, Ricky went through a door that doesn't result in him getting trapped, so... I guess Kaylin Landrak is just not gonna go on the field trip. Because she can't figure out how to leave the school all today. And we should have an event soon. Just a matter of time. And since it said 72 hours, there was just a maximum wait time. Ray had always thought the anesthesiast job was pretty easy, but wow, there are a lot of knobs and dials on that cart. Unfortunately, while standing in for the resident anesthesiologist, first of all, why do you have an organ donor standing in for the anesthesiologist? The tree left to have the gas on and not only knocked herself out, but also a surgery team trying to prep of the OR. Now, how embarrassing. I don't think that's... Please tell me that's not the event. No, it is not the event. I just checked the list. It says not any of the selection of pranks, being asked on a date by a coworker, a fun run, or the company letting go of half of the people. Well, that is just a default whole thing, I think that is just, you know, part of the vanilla game. Or it's possibly had an ambition since his medical career was modified in that expansion. There were no signs of any of this event that's supposed to happen. And I feel like it's been 72 new in-game hours. I don't know if it's possible for it to just simply like fail to find an event to choose. Here's or something. Like, you know, maybe we have to wait until the next day if none of our sims are in a situation or an event and it could fire off. Certainly doesn't seem like anything is happening. I mean, even though it's supposed to. I mean, I'm sure we'll know because I'm pretty sure it comes up with an actual like big box rather than it being just a little notification in the corner. I'm sure he needs to get some extra sleep because uh, she did not sleep super well because she got abducted by aliens. This was last night, and for some reason, Vince has opted to just like relax in his daughter's bed and to read his workbook. And she's just gone right to actually like fall on sleeping whereas before she was just gonna nap. I mean, she was quite tired. And of course the cat that made it harder for her to go to sleep in the first place is here to wake her up. She's clearly, you know, quite soundly asleep. I mean, let's see what said is about. Hmm. It should be everything should be. There should be a 60% chance of an event firing, so like I don't know why nothing seems to have happened.
Boozle day.
You know, hopefully the randomizer mod is working. There, but like until we actually see an event fire, I don't really have much better way to it actually confirm that it is in fact working.
Gertzel. Webby Gert? Or Bustorny? Jabooble Zimsa. Gorbzo. Zebzina Gorbzo.
Hopefully we'll get an event fire at least in like the next hour, or because otherwise this stream will be it will be a little disappointing. So she's confirmed pregnant and is just immediately going back to sleep. Like it's not even just only a matter of them not being at work, because there's, there's plenty of events that can happen at, to my knowledge, pretty much any time. It's just a matter of the mod choosing to fire that event off. I've seen no signs of any errors happening. I might just call the stream name if we don't get an event in the next like 40 minutes, because like one thing that probably means that there's something wrong. And also, it will be 3 a.m. in my time at that point, so... yeah, I prefer not to end up streaming much longer than that, because... yeah, that's gonna start eating into my time to sleep. Hopefully, we will have an event like tomorrow. So, like, when one of our persons is off at work or school or something. Like, at least enough to confirm the mod is working, and I didn't just like install it wrong or something. That our tree has officially broken every plumbing receptacle in the every type of plumbing receptacle all in this house at least one. At first it was the toilet, then it was the sink, and now it's a shower. Well, we're not gonna get any work events today, so hey, since it's leisure day, so guess we better hope it just fires off some other kind of event. I mean, I might just set it up with modifications I planned and for a random legacy. Since some of the random events don't fit well with that playstyle. Particularly the ones that just straight up give you money. So, and great. I've left over mac and cheese. Your father's is burning waffles for you right now.
Ah, Mapita! Viva Yark! Ah!
You might just have to just go ahead and mod to just have to go ahead and tune it to suit the random legacy and hope that it will fire off at some point. And while I'm playing on that save or something.
Brutal. Oh, chamana nixie.
It certainly would be nice if there was at least like maybe a notification showing that the mod is confirmed to be working. Or things so that I can at least be confident that that's just the way the mod is, and not me messing something up. I mean, we can also always just play more with this household. Household later. They don't have to be just a complete one-off. For just trying out this particular mod. Yeah. Now Vince can finally shower, rather than having to wander around brushing his teeth to try and gain some amount of hygiene. And of course, it's just a random opportunity, not so I was hoping that maybe that would be the event finally firing, but no. At least if I just go ahead and set it up for the random legacy, if it's working, it will fire eventually. It's like within a few streams we should be able to confirm whether there's whether or not it's working. Or if there's some kind of problem. Why is that your maternity wear? Like,
Now what do neem?
Zarm.
that's clearly not even intended to be maternity wear. seeing as how, you know, it's causing like it makes it look like her stomach has an underbite. Oh, there's a formal dance happening soon. Too bad that we probably won't get to Sunday before or it becomes 3 a.m. when I'm in real life. But, so, we won't even get to even get to have a formal dance to make up for. What's going on? It's Dustin Landrak. I think he's one of the neighbors. No, he actually is not. He's just kind of standing here for some reason. Oh, he's not. He's not a friend of Talia's, so yeah, he's not. He's probably not. I mean, Talia doesn't even know him, so probably not here as part of an event. Also, for some reason, Vince has gone. So this is interesting. Everything except for the like seemingly everything except for the like royal court music has stopped making sound. Even the UI has gone. Yeah, how all the sounds from like suddenly had a sound other than the And the royal court music. So, so this is certainly interesting. Yeah, the other sounds will just return in random bursts now. I will be right back as I use something to drink. Alright, I'm back. So, seems like the audio output a little, output capture a little quiet, but I mean also, the game itself is being a little quiet, seeing as how every single element of the every single sound is not working properly except for music that's not even supposed to be playing. I'm getting some like oh this is an adult, so no, he's definitely not a friend of Talia's. You know, honestly, I think this glitch might make this stream worth it, even if we don't get an actual event from this mod. Especially the combination of your multiple glitches, because not only do we have, you know, the royal court music that has the rest of everything just silent and awe, but we also have, you know, Bree's whole situation here. She randomly decided that this would be a good maternity wear her shirt. I just hope that this isn't gonna get like a copyright claim. Like all of the regular OSTs, he's tracks for things like map view and the main menu. And like it seems to just be The Sims 3. Like it doesn't like, you know, I would think if it was an audio issue, like and like, you know, my microphone might be affected. No, it seems to just be a Sims 3 thing. I'm even able to hear it when I click out of the game. And usually, even when I click out of the game, the sound stops even even without me pausing in the game itself. But not right now. I think I'll wait for like one more in-game day and hey before I decide whether or not to just count this as a failure to actually experiment with this mod, because literally not done the thing that it's supposed to do at all tonight. And like I don't know if it had something to do with the mod, something to do with the way I installed it, or what, because which I mean, maybe Dustin was here, was supposed to be here as part of an event, and then it just didn't notify me, hey, that it was as an event or something. Apparently, Gobius and Aisha had twins. It's been a bit since I've seen any. He mentioned they have twins. And so sorry, like I think I had twins in one of the very first households I ever had. When I first got the game, and that was through the like a fertility treatment that increases the chance of multiple births. It's almost time for Ricky to age up. Maybe we'll stick around for that. And if we don't get an event before, or we could stick around until either Ricky ages up or until his baby is born or something. And then if we don't get an event, then by then I'll just call it a night. Regardless. Oh, the toilet's clogged again. Fantastic. We don't even get the little audio stinger because it's still just the Royal Court music. No other sound. Even though it's not even supposed to be playing. I think I hear like wind or water or something. Man, well, we've almost gone through a whole, like, week. So you would hope that an event would have fired by now if it's supposed to fire one off of every 10 to 72 hours. But I don't know what the chances are for it to just not fire one off, and instead it roll all again. I just canceled the wrong interaction. Yeah, I have no idea why it's just decided that this is the one sound we're hearing from now on. This is just kind of happening now. Like, even when we're not even on the lot, it's still just the preside over the royal court music. With some like ambient, like wind sounds. Like, you know, just to show that, you know, none of my settings are messed up. It's not even defocus muting anymore. Or even though I've got that setting on. It's just doing its own thing entirely at this point when it comes down. It's only a loop of like a few. A loop of only like a few seconds or so. Now it suddenly decided to get louder. For no discernible reason. I think it might be layering. I think it might be layering on top of each other, like multiple. There's just multiple instances now. Actually, no, I think it is just that it's randomly gotten louder. I just don't, I just don't know why the sound, like every other sound is just kind of broken. Like all of the sounds are broken because this one isn't supposed to be playing, and none of the ones that are supposed to be playing are actually playing. And Carrie Lamb continues to just hang around the school like some kind of pervert. Even though there's no... He has no reason to. He doesn't even like children. Man, I wish there weren't so many children around here. It says man creepily standing outside of a school. Those the pause music randomly played for a moment. Never mind the fact that I wasn't even pausing. It's just so extremely delayed. Hey, Vince got a promotion. He's a filing clerk rather than... And a coffee courier. And now that the pause sound briefly played, it's back down volume. I don't think we're getting any of these events tonight. Even though there was supposed to be, things happening via this mod. Well, I'll look into whether or not, it's the mod being broken somehow, like maybe it's conflicting with something, or if I installed it wrong somehow, or if it's just random change. And it didn't pan out in my favor. What? Why? That was bizarre. I like that the moment I turned it down, so it wasn't like drowning me out. No, potentially it stopped. Why it was even playing the TV sounds when we don't even have a TV, I don't know. Because, like, that's not even a delayed sound. That's just, like, the game sounds being so badly glitched that it's just playing random ones. You know, maybe if he presides over the royal court, that will fix this. But you know, most of the sounds that are supposed to accompany presiding over the royal court aren't even playing. Because it's just the music. Nope. Resetting him didn't do anything. And also it's time. It's time for the baby to be born. You don't have time to freak out over the fact that your wife is giving birth for the third time. Amy, you need to go into the hospital. There was a sound again. And it was just briefly there, and now it's gone. And we're just back to the royal court music. At least Ricky is currently presiding over the royal court, so at least it makes some sense for it to be playing. Even though we're not on that lot right now, so but it's just accompanying me everywhere. Alright, so. Now it's a baby girl. Pregnancy has its ups and downs, but he managed to make the best of it. Baby was born with a couch potato and brave traits. You know, let's let's go with the fittingly royal name for the music. I'm gonna just pull up behind the name on my phone because I'm pretty sure they literally have like a list of names with royal associations. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, I'm just gonna go with Courtney. And now that she's born, we have silent. Like Courtney was born and the music stopped. So it's perfect to base her name on that because the music was seemingly heralding her arrival for some reason. Also, we need a place for her to go. Like we don't have any kind of nursery set up. See, like even when we go into like build and buy mode, it's just silence now. Just complete and total silence. Yeah, I'm just gonna call the stream there because it's getting to be about a quarter after 3 in the morning. So I would like to get some sleep. But honestly, as much as the mod didn't turn out as I hoped, because I'm still not entirely sure what exactly is causing it to not fire off. Whether it's random chance, the mod not being installed properly, or the mod being bugged somewhere. You know, this experience at the end made it worth it. There's nobody else live with The Sims 3 here right now. Let's see if anyone's live with he was live with the other Sims games. Which, you know, naturally The Sims 4 is or is gonna be popping off category wise because, you know, it's the most recent one, and I'm pretty sure they've got new stuff for it out as well. Which, admittedly, like, I've actually surprisingly been enjoying The Sims 4 a little bit off stream, so maybe one day I'll stream it at some point. Let's give this person a raid. Alright, thank you all for watching. I think next stream will be something new. I think I might do some like AI stuff of next stream. I'm trying to do sort of a rotation of Sims 3, like Crusader Kings 3, Sims 3, and then something else. Just to keep things fresh, keep it from just being a repetition of the same two games. I know the AI stuff, like AI Dungeon, usually does pretty well, so. But that's gonna be it for me tonight. And thank you all for stopping by.